Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where today I just wanted to briefly touch upon January 2022 market report for housing. Now, before I get into this video, just want to ask you, if you like what you hear in this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Also remember, sharing is caring. Please share this video with someone that you feel it may benefit. Also consider subscribing to the channel. And also, if you do subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on this channel. And you already know, if you're watching your girl from Instagram, drop her a heart and show her some love. All right. Now, I'm showing my age here a bit, but those rager parties, this market is a rager party. And January of 2022 just raged on from 2021. We are still going full steam ahead. We are raging. The drinks are flowing. The music is bumping. We are just having a good old time in this market, okay? Especially if we're sellers in this market, and those who have been so fortunate to get a property and their offer has been accepted. They are also popping that champagne, enjoying themselves to the fullest. All right, so again, don't see this slowing down anytime soon. As I've mentioned in other videos, I think at best, maybe things might slow down a bit mid-year. Now, of course, I'm sure everyone has heard the talks of the increase in the interest rates. So that may kind of throw a monkey wrench in the lights in the rager. The lights may start coming on. Music may slow down a little bit. The party might be over soon. I don't know, but at least for the foreseeable future, right now, I don't see that happening. I see the music continuing to play and people continuing to dance, and the drinks continuing to flow with this market, to proverbially speak, of course. Now, as far as sales and so forth, NAR, National Association of Realtors, has reported that sales were up by 8.5% in comparison to 2021. And I, again, for the foreseeable future, see continued double-digit growth. So it's interesting to see how these interest rates rising are going to play out. I don't think it's going to discourage many folks. In fact, what I do unfortunately see is that the housing affordability is going to then constrict even tighter. It has definitely been going down, and it has definitely been room for concern for affordable housing and so forth, which we can get into that another day, another cup of coffee or tea if you're on this channel. But needless to say, it definitely is something that I've touched upon in a previous video, and I've talked about and so forth, that I do definitely see as becoming more and more of an issue. And definitely more so in the sense of the rental side of housing. I see that rentals are definitely becoming harder to obtain. They are getting competitive. The other day I was in a team meeting and we were all talking, and the property manager was telling me that she's seeing highest and best for rentals. So it's definitely a competitive market, and excuse me for saying definitely for like the 1,000th time already in this video, but I just can't get out enough, and say it with enough conviction of how competitive and how treacherous this market is. I mean, it is just so intense. So, needless to say, in just a couple facts here. Existing home sales, they've reached their highest level since 2006. Now, this is where you're going to find a lot of folks drawing comparisons from the crash, the big crash of 2000, 6, 7, 8, that kind of just, morphed into this horrible, economic situation. Of course, with there being talks of war, inflation, things that are not a good mixture. There's definitely, again, there are talks more so of a deep concern that, we may be heading into deep waters here economically. So those types of talks, mixed in with real estate sometimes, can definitely be scary, and I understand that. So, needless to say, that 2006 number, that's the highest level since that we're reaching now, as far as home sales are concerned. Now, inventory, no surprise, has shrank by 40.6%. And the month supply has shrank as well, in comparison to January of last year, by zero point 0.6 months. So, making it even harder for buyers to branch out and find something that suits their needs, and most of their wants, and making it a very competitive market. Definitely still busy, still working. It's still working my butt off, but needless to say, it's not for the faint of hearts. If you don't have thick skin, this market is definitely not for you. It is definitely, again. All right. A median sales price has increased by 16.1% to $269,950. Great news for sellers. I say this time and time again in my videos, and I know it's redundant, but I don't really care. If you are on the fence at this point, that you are not reading and looking and paying attention to anything real estate related. There is no reason to be on the fence if your property is in good condition, if you are wanting at least market value, and you don't have anything else kind of going on in the background. I know there are, personal economic issues that may come into play and so forth. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that, hey, I've been thinking about moving, but I don't know. Come on. Call someone, call an agent, call me, talk to someone about your options and get that house on the market. It's no longer, this is not the type of market to say, oh, well, it's wintertime, it's cold, people don't care. They will come out in snow and ice. Buyers need properties. So we definitely cannot use that excuse in this market that there is something, there's a weather condition or so forth. Obviously, we're not out in blizzards, but I don't know. In this particular market, we may be. So don't be on the fence. Call, get yourself a professional opinion from a real estate agent, sign that listing contract, and let's get that house sold. All right. So now, again, just kind of lastly touching upon the fact that 2022 is slated to be a more rewarding market for buyers, which I do see that, but then flipping back to the fact that housing affordability can kind of throw a monkey wrench into things, because with interest rates rising, that may price some buyers out of the market. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these interest rates play out with this market. I see maybe a little ding, a little dent, being thrown into the mix, but I don't see that this is going to be a huge, end game here with this, because there's so many people that, you know, have had to wait around this past year in 2021 to even some, like I mentioned before in another video, from 2020 had to wait around for a house. So some have just kind of stayed in place where they're at, continued to rent. Some have, you know, just given up and said, hey, we'll continue to rent. Some are still out looking. So there's more than none of those who are still out looking. So a slight uptick in interest rates, which, by the way, although interest rates are going, are definitely going to go up, it's pretty much a fact that they're going to go up. It's still, they're still low enough that it should not be pricing everyone out of buying. So some challenges for our buyers, but I think that they will be victorious. Hey Morris, good morning. Needless to say, thank you all, and until the next video, you all have a blessed one. Take care.